Hello, hello. So here's
We are
Titan
in. Let's go.
in gameplay. So for the first pillar that we mentioned for us in gameplay is the chaotic aspect. So the chaotic aspect here, we try something a bit new, JC.
Yeah, it's a little bit different.
So it's a new input scheme that we are trying here. It's what we call the tap and hold scheme. So what it means, basically for every move, I can either tap the button, like that, or I can hold the button. And that's a different outcome.
Yeah, so that it's super interesting because like we've had
kind of,
like, charge
okay.
attacks in the back, in the past, right? There's like some heroes that can charge stuff. Either like you infinitely charge, like with Conqueror, or you can just like charge with Shigoki or Hitokiri, and you get like a big charge that goes at the end. This is not a charge. To be really, really, really clear, these are alternate moves. So if you're holding a button, like if you're holding light or if you're holding heavy while you're performing the move, you perform the alternate version of that move that has like different timings, different properties. So for the chaotic element, right, like it creates a lot of moments where normally you're like, oh, are they going to throw a light, a heavy, a bash? What's going to happen? Now it's, are they going to tap light or hold light? Are they going to tap heavy or hold heavy? And how does that kind of translate into the kit? It makes for a very chaotic experience fighting him, but also fighting as him, because you have a lot of choices. We kind of double the amount of choices that you have literally everywhere in the kit. So it's super cool. So you want to show us a little bit of how like that kind of works and what it affects, right?
Absolutely. So first off, with this special mechanic, we implement this on every button of the character. So that means light, means heavy, so zone attack too, but also dodge and guard break.
Wow.
So that's a bit new.
That's crazy, right? So we've never really had hold guard break. We'll have like some stuff with Hitokiri, for example, but never that extent. But on dodge, though, I wonder what that does. I really don't
see
know.
that later.
I'm brand new here. I've never been here, so I'm kind of curious. But give us a bit of an idea of like what you can do with those moves. Like start with your chains, for example.
Yes, absolutely. So, for example, this is a regular, in a way, infinite chain character. So I can infinitely press light, heavy, and as you can see, I can go infinitely. But
infinite?
That's only work with the tap move.
Oh, the tap.
So only if I tap the button, I can go infinitely. If at any point I decide to hold a button, I will end my
unblockable.
chain. And that work not only with chain attacks, that work also with openers. So for example, here I get my heavy tap. If I heavy hold, I cannot chain after that.
You got a nice little pin there that kind of helps do some shenanigans.
Yes.
But it's pretty cool, right? So that happens on lights and heavies. I guess you have different properties, right? Like I was mentioning. So what happens if you like hold the light, for example?
So if I hold the light there, for example, boom, I got a bigger swing.
Armor?
And that's
was that armor?
Point. Every press and hold have different trajectory. So for the press attack, the tap, it's only pokes.
Right.
So it's gonna be there for all the kit. It's only gonna be pokes.
And then
when
the swing.
I hold the move, it's gonna be a big swing with a big and wide trajectory.
Yeah. So that's a really important aspect, right? Because a lot of our heroes, when we build them, we kind of have to make
armored
decisions,
lights.
Are they going to poke? Are they going to slash?
From neutral.
And often enough, we want them to have like big swings because you want to hit people externally. But then when you're constantly just doing huge swings, it can get really, really strong in group fights. But it also can get kind of annoying, right? There's a wall nearby. You're going to hit the wall. You're going to hit like different things. So, and you have a lot less risk of hitting your allies as well when you have pokes. So that helps. It also makes it a lot easier to differentiate when you're playing against a JUREN to go, you know what? Like now he's stopping because I saw a slash, or now he can continue because I saw a poke. So there's those two aspects of it, right? To make the hero a little bit more readable when you're fighting against them, to have a bit more of an idea of what could be coming, but also to give, as a player, full control over, do I want to have big trajectory? Do I want to be able to hit people externally, or do I want to just poke my opponent? Yeah. It makes for a really interesting and like dynamic gameplay there.
Nice. Absolutely. So now I think we can go through all the different.
Yeah, of course, of course.
So as we see, we got the light poke opener, we got the heavy one for the light hold when we hold the button. Wow. I cannot chain, but it's slower light with armor, but it's easier to parry.
Oh, you can't chain though.
For the heavy one, it's same timing heavy, but wider trajectory, get armor, and pin. That's pretty cool. And as you can see, there's a little movement at the end. I can push the enemy. And that's pretty cool because with that little movement, I can actually ledge people.
Yeah, that's kind of cool, right? Nice. And what's interesting too, like a little bit of thing that you mentioned,
ledge
but
with that.
just to make it clearer, like when you're holding a light, it's a little bit slower, right?
Yes.
So that's also meant to mess up parry timing. So that, hey, if you're like, you know, like some people that we know that just parry everything on red and they're like, hey, I can do whatever I want. It's a bit harder to parry this guy because, again, you don't know if it's going to be a tapped or a held version really early
Got
on.
it, got it.
So that makes a big difference. And as we're going to have the art segment a little bit later, they'll tell you, I think, at least a little bit about the tech that we had to build to make these moves impossible to kind of distinguish from each other when you're whether you're tapping or holding. So it's really awesome that we were able to build that sort of stuff to help the hero be more competitively viable as well.
Nice.
So what about chains, right? So what do you get when you're in chains?
When I'm in chains, so I got, as we see, some
Infinite.
light scope that can go further. That's pretty cool. But if I hold the button, it's a wide arc, undodgeable. Light. Light into light, for example, boom,
Yes.
undodgeable.
So if you
So
hold light, it's
your light in
undodgeable.
chains, it's undodgeable.
Exactly.
No.
You're in
Yes,
chain.
absolutely.
If you hold light, it's always going to be undodgeable.
Yes.
Right. So what about heavies?
And about heavies, we got our chain heavies. So regular cloak, I get armor on each
And
one
then
of them.
unblockable.
I can continue trading here, but at some point, if I want to mix up, I can hold the button and get a big unblockable there.
Yeah, that's cool, right? And I think so. We have to have kind of bashes in this hero, right? In chains.
Absolutely.
Right? So how does that work?
So the bashes, I'm gonna start with the dodge forward bashes for this character. So we get 2 again, like every move. So we can dodge forward bash. That's a classic one. You can get a light out of it and start your pressure. And the second one, it's a big kick and a slower one.
Yeah. So the point there as well is like it's kind of interesting because you have a bit of a built-in mix-up. Because if I early dodge the tapped version, I get hit by the hold version. So it's kind of interesting. It already kind of builds up that mix-up there. I know we've had a lot of people ask, like, oh, we should try to do things like this. Here it is.
Oh, here
That's
you
awesome,
go.
right? That's cool. What about in chains?
In chains, the bash is a little bit different for totally different purposes. So the first one
bash
is the tap version.
with 2
It's
different
big
timings
and
to
long
it.
pin, and as you can see, I can just chain after that. So that's pretty cool.
Oh, straight to unblockable
And
mix.
just as a, I don't like to spoil things, but I like to spoil things. There might be something about that specific pin that will be talked about in the animation segment. There's something really cool with that.
We are very
Just
subtle here.
Stay tuned.
I like it, yeah.
Listen to the amazing people that are going to be coming up after
Little
us. 'Cause
surprise.
There's something super cool there.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then when you hold the button, it's a big push.
It's a big push.
So this big push is pretty interesting because it pushes far away. I can, of course, wall splat people, and is really positioning dependent. So I want to use this move. Is there an opponent behind? Is there's a wall behind? Is there something to wall bounce, basically?
That's pretty cool. Well, you have dodge attacks as well, right? That kind of covers the basic chain kit and the
Yes.
openers and stuff.
Absolutely.
So what about dodge attacks?
So for dodge attacks, again, classic poke. This is on heavy button.
Wow, bro.
On 3 direction, it's pokes. If I want to hold the button, again, big swing and unblockable big attack.
Yeah, and so those
Oh
attacks
my
as well, they have
goodness.
extended dodge. So kind of like what you have with JJ, with Warmonger, that sort of stuff. But again, what's really interesting here is that they have
Oh my
extended dodge, they hit
goodness.
later, but they have the higher garbage vulnerability. However, you know when you're playing against a Warmonger,
I do.
and you're like, you know what, I think she's going to dodge attack, you always can just feint the guard break and you'll always catch her because of the garbage vulnerability and how it kind of works, right? With this hero, you can do that against the held one,
The hell one.
but the tapped one is a regular dodge attack that
Exactly.
has less guard break vulnerability.
Exactly.
So again, it makes that move a little bit safer to use because then your opponent has to guess: do they want to do a big unblockable rather, or do they just want to poke and keep going into chain? So
Yeah.
you have to be able to read your opponent a little bit more to get into what you want to go.
Nice.
You get it also on front dodge, right?
Exactly. I got the same on front dodge, so it's the exact same move.
All right.
And after that, we got the zone attack.
Yeah, zone attack, right?
So zone attack
Big
is
one.
pretty cool, pretty cool. The normal zone, it's not a poke. I reassure you right now, it's a normal.
It's a zone attack.
It's a classic zone.
Yeah,
attack.
kind of doing poke zones, it doesn't quite work.
Yeah, doesn't make sense.
Not that we haven't tried at certain points, but it
We have
never really
tried.
works.
And for the old version,
Yeah.
it's this one.
Right, so that's a really, really big one. It's unblockable. It looks
Why is swing
really slow.
unblockable zone
Looks
from
really
neutral,
slow, and that's
baby?
for a good
Let's
reason.
freaking
So
go.
first off, as you can see, unblockable, and also the armor kicks in super
With armor,
early.
sorry.
So if you can attack him, for example. Go on top though. Again.
A little heavy. All right, there you go. Right. So
I got some armor pretty early on.
Yeah.
With the armor,
and the
bro.
idea is for this move to be a trading tool.
Yeah.
So as you can see, it's really slow, and the cool aspect about this move is that it's unfaintable.
Yeah.
So it's the first.
If
Okay,
I see
can't feint it.
if
Okay,
I
good.
see it,
Okay,
I'm ready for it.
okay.
Oh yeah, it's a
I
free
can,
parry.
it's a free parry. I know
Okay,
I'm gonna go for
that's
parry
good.
there.
That's
Yeah,
good. That's
I'm
good.
not that good.
Has to have
But-
some nerfs to it.
Right, so it's a free
Has to
parry.
have some
And then on top
downside.
of it is like if you're trying
Okay,
to go,
okay.
hey, you know what?
And
I'm
you
gonna
cannot
like,
feint it.
like hold zone on red. I can heavy feint, and then I kind of win it, right? So I can bait it out and win the, like be able to win the trade.
Okay,
there. So
that's
it's kind
fair.
of interesting because
That's fair,
it's
that's
a
fair.
really, really interesting like trading tool. It's super unsafe. It's very rare that we have these kinds of moves in front of us, something kind of new that we're trying, but which are moves that are extremely commitful, right? When you're playing traditional fighting games, a lot of the time you have moves that you have to really commit to. This is one of those aspects where you're trying to do stuff, but it's also extremely powerful, hits all around you, deals a bunch of damage, it's super insane, and it's really, really interesting. You can also kind of like use it in chains, right? If I'm there and I'm spamming lights,
Oh yeah.
yeah, I'm spamming lights, let's go, right?
My bad. Some light.
You can kind of do it.
Oh, I pressed the wrong one.
It's okay.
Boom.
So that went where? So, but even with when I'm spamming, like if I kind of see you doing it, I can stop spamming, parry, dodge, do whatever I need to.
Oh yeah, you have a lot of time.
Yeah, and it works really, really well. So you have to be careful when you use it. Make sure you use it in the right situations. It's a super powerful tool, but it's also a very, very risky tool.
Yes.
We have sprint attacks, like running attacks.
We got some
Also a
sprint
little bit
attacks
different.
too, so that's affected by the press and hold too. So we got the poke for the tap version,
Okay.
and for the old one, boom, it's a big.
I got running
Yeah, flash on
unblockables,
the
baby.
ground.
And I don't know if you've noticed, there's like a little bit of a circle. Where
Oh, that's
it's
that's
yeah.
cool.
a
I'm
bit
not
of a
gonna lie,
shockwave
that's
and
cool.
stuff. So this is also something new with this hero, right? That it fits in with the fantasy quite well, but it actually is an AoE in minions, but only for minions. So you can kill multiple minions with a single running attack with this move. Super cool.
wonder if
fits
you can
super
style
well.
on
This
people,
giant
like, if
weapon,
you-
this dude is like, you know,
Carry somebody, they
Crazy
fall
defense.
out of stamina
I think the one
on the
thing we
ground. You can
haven't
like
seen
run backwards, run towards them
guard break.
with a
'Cause I'm
heavy
really
slam and
curious,
make it
like,
look cool. You know what I'm saying? For like a
happens when
last
you-
hit.
you know,
That would
with
be
tap guard break,
that would
it's
be
probably the
style
same
points,
thing,
wouldn't
right?
it?
Absolutely, the tap guard break is the regular one. I can throw you, I can attack you, because it's a tap version, so I can chain, of course. But for the old version, I cannot chain, and
Oh, that's cool, right?
Whoa.
So yeah, big
Wait, whoa, I
choke
missed it.
slam, slides on the floor, deals a bit of damage. You also
Damn.
heal yourself a little bit while you
I'm
do it. which
healing
is
myself.
Cool.
So I deal some damage,
Yeah.
healing a bit myself. It's not the same purpose as the classic guard break, but it's useful for certain situations. And with this little slide, you can also ledge people again.
That,
And
that's
I-
what I wanted to
Yeah,
hear.
I can't see chat right now. I'm sure there's people going, "Oh my God, it says a cleanse." It doesn't cleanse. So don't
Okay.
worry about it. It doesn't cleanse. So you're good to go there. I remember seeing a bunch of people also like when we revealed the when like some of the things happened on the internet.
Little
People were
teasers
asking
that we
for
don't
choke
play.
slams, that sort of stuff.
Yeah,
We
There you go.
read your mind and put it in preemptively.
we did.
Oh my
It's awesome.
god.
Playing 3D
Oh
chess
my
over.
Yeah,
goodness.
So okay,
bro.
so that kind of fits it for the chaotic aspect, right? So, but what about the fearless aspect of this hero? Because we want to have a hero that we want to feel that he has no fear. He's not really worried about anything. So how does that translate to the hero skill?
Absolutely. So for the fearless aspect, we have a special move. That is this one.
Don't know myself.
On guard.
Look how fearless this dude is. But, so clearly that's it's a full block, but it's a little bit different, right?
Yes. As you can see, I spamming light on you, but I can still continue. There's no super blocking with this stance.
Yeah. So basically, every single attack against this that can be blocked is enhanced, including lights that are normally not enhanced, so you don't bounce off of it. The other thing that's interesting too is that you can get unblockables against it, you can get bashed against it, you can GB'd against it, all the regular stuff there. But what's also interesting with this is that it's really built to be a low risk, low reward move, right? So there's something really different with.
But you can build
how
revenge with
the
that in
block
gank
is
situations.
activated. I don't know if you want to walk us through this a little bit.
Yeah, so basically the block with this down stance activate at the same timing as when you switch stance. So basically when you are taking a hit, after that you can still switch stance to block the next incoming hit.
Oh,
In
man.
general, with the down stance, it's slower, a lot slower, to not full block and punish something. There it's the same timing, but don't worry, you don't have like punishes after that.
Yeah, so that's the low reward part I'm talking about, right? So first of all,
But it's good
like
for
all lights are
blocking
enhanced against it,
externally.
so your opponent can still keep going and attacking and stuff. But also, like the vast majority of our full blocks like this, give you a reward once you manage to block. You get a big strike out of it or anything. Not with this one. So the purpose of this specifically is that you can use it in chain. So you can start attacking me like crazy, right? I'm like, oh no, he's light spamming me. I can't do anything. Actually, I can. And I just hold down. Like,
Yeah, that's good.
So it's really good. It works.
It's going to
Anything that
bait
would be
people. Like,
blockable
let's say if it's a
when you're
2v1
switching your
or
stance to block in
3v1,
different directions,
and you're blocking
this
everything
can
with that
block.
stance, it's going to bait someone to
So
throw their
if you're
unblockable.
playing
You
against,
exit the stance, and then
your favorite hero, Nusha,
you know they're going to let their
and they're like,
unblockable rip because they want to
doing
hit you.
A bunch of 400 MS lights.
You see what I'm
actually
saying?
deal with it, but you won't get out on top with it because again the attacks will be enhanced. So you're not like it just
Great for
helps
team
you
fights.
turn the tide just enough that you take only a little bit of chip damage and it kind of works out really well. And so it's a full block, right? So most of our full blocks,
Yeah, or you can
used
bait a
as
GB,
recovery,
which
cancel,
will
and kinda
feed a
little
ton of
soft,
revenge to
right?
you.
So how does that work with this one?
Exactly. So here it's the same. So we got the heavy. I can soft feint them.
All guard looks a little
I can
jank.
recovery cancel
I think
them,
it might be good.
we
It might be good. I
actually
think it might be
built
good.
Something really cool with this one to try to get some
Very
frame
situational, though.
advantage,
Not
for
something
the
that you
more
would use often.
high-level players.
You wouldn't
So
use it at all
basically
in
with
1v1s.
every
Well,
old
you
move,
would.
You got a quicker access to this down stance at the end. So this is the regular access. If I hold my down stance, it's a little bit quicker on the older attacks. So that means
The main thing, okay, Chad,
I'm
you
gonna
got
be
to
able
realize the
attack
usefulness of
faster
it.
than if I just wait for my classic recovery.
Yeah. So a lot of the times, like when we're building heroes,
You
when
gotta
we're doing
think.
that sort of stuff, right? We have
If you get
rules
hit
that
with
we have for
Shaman
ourselves
Zone,
where depending
you don't wanna
if
get hit with
the
bleed,
hit
right?
that you're doing is a light or medium
Use your
or
all
heavy
guard.
hit
Block the
reaction,
bleed.
There's specific frame advantages that you get, right? So like for example, if you get hit by a heavy
Dirk's
hit
follow up
reaction
off of his zone.
typically
You don't want to get hit with that light, right?
Recover
All guard
300
it. Only take
milliseconds
chip.
before your opponent. So it gives you like a significant advantage. If you're using this, you recover just a little bit more, so you have just a tiny bit more of that frame advantage, but that opens up extra options that you normally wouldn't have. That makes them a little bit safer, lets you push your offense a little bit more. There's a stamina cost involved though, so whenever you hit that full block, it costs you a bit of stam. So there's a trade-off to be able to amp up your frame advantage, but it really helps and it really pushes that aspect even further with this here, which is super cool.
Gotcha. It's amazing.
Yeah.
And we got another move that benefits from this down stance.
Because we talked about it before, right? So
Exactly.
the one thing that we hadn't shown yet in the kit is hold dodge. Because like, why would you want to hold dodge?
Because you put press and hold on everything,
Right.
including dodge.
Including dodge, right? So except for back dodge,
You got to
you
extended
get a
dodge?
full block if you side or front dodge while holding dodge. You can't attack while you're doing it,
Exactly.
right? So it's
There's no dodge attack
yeah,
out of
there's
it.
no dodge attack out of it or anything, but you do get the same full block. It's really interesting because it's a really strong repositioning tool in group fights. Makes you really safe to go. But again, the trade-off is, well, you can't attack out of it, so it's good to reposition and it's good to make things safe. And it's also really good against like orange-blue mix-ups, right?
Exactly. Like try to do a light bash.
All right, I'm gonna do light bash.
I dodge it. Light undodgeable.
And then you
Oh,
full
I
block
Blocked
it.
it, right? So
Nice.
it's interesting because
This
it does
dude's
give
a
you this, but at the
defensive
same
guy.
time,
Oh my!
if I read it, I'll do it against you again. So like just dodge after my first fight, right? I can do.
Exactly.
Yes, you can get
feint the
baited, of
Garbage
course,
to
of
beat it 'cause
course.
It has full Garbage vulnerability the
Of
whole time.
course.
So again, it's about reads. It's about how you control the fight. What options do you need when you need them, and how it kind of forms together to make this beast of a guy into a super powerful hero.
That's
Sorry about that.
Super awesome. And yeah, I mean, I think looking at all of this, like what you're showing here, and it maybe feels like a lot. Maybe to you players, you warriors at home, kind of watching this, maybe this feels like a lot. But like the way that this has been designed, and it's a lot of careful work and meticulous work by the game design team, is that this character is like feels good to play. Like all of this like just works. The buttons work, and it's really easy to just kind of like put these screens together, make your decisions on this, and it's
a Windows background, y'all chill.
So that was okay. So that's great. So that was two of our pillars.
That's right. Yeah,
we had fearless and we had chaotic.
Exactly.
So
W Moose.
untrustworthy is more about
Prize Moose.
Exactly.
right. So we have a couple of videos.
How do you make untrustworthy?
Yeah, right. So that's the thing, because you want to be untrustworthy with feats. How do you do this, Will?
That's right.
Let's
Yeah,
show
that's
them.
funny.
Max can kind of cue them up.
I
Max,
gotta
let's
make
go.
that an
There we
emote
go,
now.
Right? So walk us through the feats.
I gotta get a moose as
Feat
the
one,
emo.
expendable. So as you can see, it's a reverse body count. So I can currently kill my own minion because they are just expendables. They are just meat for me to heal on them. So heal and stamina. But it's actually better numbers than body count.
He can kill his own minions
It's really interesting here because again,
to heal
it's
himself.
a really great way to showcase the
You greedy
untrustworthy
son of a...
aspect of this, right? And killing your own minions is not something that you really want to do that much.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's interesting because what it makes you do is, let's say you go into the middle lane, right? You're clearing out your opponent's minions, or you're fighting against somebody. You lost a bunch of health. There's two things you can do now with JUREN. You can either rotate back to one of your points, heal up, and then come back in or do whatever you want. Or, you know what? There's free healing behind me. I'll just turn around and just go kill
just
some of
take
my
them.
guys. Because they're expendable, right? It's the pure
I'm clearing
expression
mid.
of... Like this hero, one of the things that we wanted to build around is the fact that like other people are teaming up with him knowing that they will be affected negatively by what he does, but he will win them the battle, so they're willing to accept
Right.
the little bit of negative aspects that are coming with it, right?
Acceptable loss.
Yeah, acceptable losses, right? That's also shown in feat number 2, for example.
Oh, okay.
Let's go to
this
feat
one?
2. So no friend of mine. So basically what I'm doing right now is
What are you doing?
revealing all my allies in the map. So all my 3 allies are revealed, and when they're
This is a toxic hero.
when they died,
This is a
I get
toxic
shield.
hero.
So that's really useful. I need to use it at the right moment to get the shield, and also the shield can
Ratting all your teammates
That's pretty
out
cool.
for your
They really
own
are no
gain.
friendlies, but
Yes.
It's kind of reverse scout. Like it's literally almost like a reverse scout, but he benefits from his allies dying. You have to time it properly. It's not a passive. So if you have like that amazing bit of UI on top of your screen that can tell you how much health your team has, if you see people at low health, you can pop it. If they die, you get a shield, which is awesome. And then that's how you can kind of deal with the downside, right? So if you time it properly, if things are happening right, yeah, they get revealed, but it's not that bad because they're about to die anyway, and you're gonna benefit from it, so it's all good.
Acceptable losses.
Exactly. Again, acceptable loss.
That's the whole character on the feat.
And that carries through the feat 3 as well, which is like one of the most interesting ones I find.
Oh, this is
Yes, so feat 3, last man standing. So here, you really want to be the last man standing in every scenarios. Basically, you see the TND here killing all of my team, and I get different buffs from it. So basically, when an allies die, I get a buff. If a second one die, I get a second one, and if all 3 are dead, I get 3 different kind of buffs.
Right,
So
what
as
are
you
the
can
buffs? Yeah.
as you can see, first kill I get an attack buff.
So
Second
he's
kill,
gonna
a defense
purposely
buff.
watch you
And
get
third kill,
ganked
I get
just so
life
he can
leech.
get buffed.
This is really strong, right? So you can imagine like a lot of situations where this is useful. Your team isn't breaking, all your allies are dead. You become
For a
god
whopping
amongst
1
them.
extra
You're
damage on your
super
lights.
strong. You're like, you know what? Like you're JUREN. You're the inspiration for all of that stuff. Don't ever pursue him in that way.
Do not do
But
it.
that's the thing, right? It's you get stronger and stronger and stronger. The other thing that I find that makes this feat super interesting is it's almost kind of like a bit of a carry feat where if you have teammates that are not as good as you, or that you're training, you're getting them to come up with you, and you're trying to win with them, and they're not as experienced, you still benefit from them dying. And the buffs are significant enough that it can really turn the tide of a battle really easily.
Yeah.
It's super interesting to have that sort of stuff. And again, it's very selfish onto him, and there's ways to counter it. Just kill him first, right?
Yeah.
Well, good luck, but kill him first, and that's kind of how it works.
And also the buffs are only active
love this
while
hero.
your allies are dead.
love
as
it.
soon as
I
they
love it. I love it.
respawn, then like you lose the buffs for however many have respawned. So.
Yeah.
Exactly. So you need to have them dead at the same time. If someone respawn, you lose the buff.
Yeah. So let's say you have well, let's say you have 3 allies. One of them dies, you get the first one, so which is the attack buff. If a second one dies, you're gonna get the shield buff. But then when the first one reses and like respawns, you're going to lose the shield buff. So it kind of always goes in order.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that's
Okay.
how it kind of happens. So to get life leech, all 3 of them have to be dead.
Yes.
You can even like maybe coordinate with them and just go stay dead for a little while, and we'll do stuff,
Yeah,
and
just
then
don't-
come
don't
back up
respawn
and we'll
yet.
be good.
But
know?
you want to be the last one in breaking every time.
Yeah,
And yeah.
that works well. And then finally, what's our 4th feat?
4 feet, you mentioned it in your speech.
Oh, I just
God
realized.
among men.
How did I know this?
So God
He's
among
going to be
men.
an Elam monster.
As you can see, it's affecting everyone on the map. Your allies and
Everybody
your
gets
opponents.
defensive debuff.
So right now what it does is applying a defense debuff to everyone. Map-wide, they all gonna take more damage except you.
Except yourself, right? So it's literally your allies will take more damage. But you don't really care, because then if they die, you get buffed up.
Yeah.
And also, if they die and you have your tier 2 up, then you also get shielded, right? So that the synergy we have with all these feats together is really, really cool. Because you can kind of figure out, you know what, like you have to kill him first at the end. Otherwise, he can become an insane
Toxic the
machine
hero. I love
where
it.
everybody else has defense debuffs. He has an attack buff. He has a defense buff. He gets shields, and he's able to just wipe entire teams all by himself. So again, it's like selfish-ish, right? And there's ways to go around it. If your allies are dead and you pop it, it'll only affect enemies. So you don't really care. If they pop up after, yeah, right? So you can coordinate, you can do all these sorts of things. So there's a lot of decision, there's a lot of strategy and thinking behind when do I use these feats, how do I pop them, how to maximize their outputs so that you minimize the impact on your allies while still maximizing the effects that you get for yourself. So it's super cool.
Wow.
Exactly.
So that is pretty nuts. Looks super fun. Really
Yeah.
excited about this. So thank you, JC. Thank you, Will, so much for
This
walking
was
us through all of
very
this with this
interesting.
character. Before we kind of move on, like JC, what do you think the role of JUREN is going to be now in the meta of For Honor?
So for me, when I look at this hero, I see a bit of a mix between like JJ and I'm not even sure who else. Like maybe like somebody that has more like infinite chains and stuff. But the idea here is like it's a very, very versatile hero, right? He's able to hit people externally. He's able to duel. He has like a bunch of different tools that you have to use in a smart way. So I think there's a good chance he's gonna be part of like competitive rotations. Partially because he's super fun to play, but also because like the strength level and the synergy that you can have with your allies and the comeback potentials, a lot of players are going to be able to master these and then be able to like maximize everything you get out of it. So I'm really excited to see. We're gonna have a little bit of a match later, so I can't wait to see the performance players are gonna have.
Very interesting.
Really
Very interesting.
Be
Good.
awesome.
I like the hero.
I
like the hero.
Very cool. Will, any shout outs you want